Okay, our previous tutorial went over how to use limiters. This tutorial is going to help you actually navigate Grossmont's database, which can be a little tricky. So first thing you want to do is go to www.grossmont.edu. Once you get to the website, you want to hover over Student Services and select the link that says Library. When you select the library link, you'll see this open up in the center of your page, and you can actually enter terms right here and search, but I'd like you to go to the advanced search so that you see all the other options that you have. Okay, down here, your limiters are available. It's very specific. Okay, up here though gives you some more options. So I'm going to search sex trafficking, and I'm going to search human trafficking. These two social issues are related but also different, but sometimes you'll get different sources if you search for either of those. So I just want to pull up a whole bunch at first. On the left-hand side, you'll see your Boolean operators, okay, and or not. Feel free to use those. I'm going to use and because I want to expand my search first and see all of my options. On the right-hand side, you have lots of options for selecting a field. The two that are going to be the most relevant for you are going to be search terms or subject terms or abstract. I like to choose the abstract because it just makes sure that the articles that are being pulled up are related to this main topic that I'm looking for. You will also sometimes see sex trafficking or certain terms hyphenated. You can try that if you're not yielding the sources that you want, so be aware of that. And now I'm just going to select search. Okay. The first thing we need to look at is right here, and that is our search results. Okay, my search results, I have 6,000, so I definitely need to use my limiters. Now again, if this popped up with 2 results, I would have to expand my search because that's too narrow. So on the left-hand side is where you're going to find your limiters. And the 2 that we want to make sure we select up here is full text, which is already done for us. And then we also want to select peer-reviewed. So we're going to select peer-reviewed, and then it's going to update your findings. Okay, now we're down to 1,428. So you're seeing that it's starting to narrow down your search, which is good. We don't want to have too many sources. Further down, okay, I can drag this if I want and change the publication date, but I'm okay with where this is at right now. You are welcome to use it. Down here, I want to make sure I select academic journals. And sometimes you'll also see journals down here, but it's not popping up for this one. So I'm just going to go with the academic journals. And now I have 1,334. Okay, we're getting closer. And then here is the subject section that I was telling you about in the previous tutorial. So here, okay, it's giving me these different phrases and terms to look up sex trafficking. So maybe I'm going to find more articles about what I'm interested in under sex workers if I'm looking for people's personal experiences. Sex industry, if I want to look at it macro, how is this working internationally? So you have a lot of options here, and I think this is a good way to kind of help you find some good key terms and terminology. So make sure you take advantage of that. For our purposes, I'm just going to pull an article with a PDF. Okay, now this actual process of finding sources takes time. You're going to click on articles and they're not going to be related to what you're looking for. Do not expect to find them the first time. You have to go through it. It's a process. Okay, so don't think I'm not finding any articles right away that you're doing something wrong. You just need to go through them and really pick the ones that interest you the most for your topic. Okay, so this one is victim-centered approach. I'm just going to click on this one so I can show you an actual source. In here, and you scroll down, here is your abstract. Okay, and this is what you want to read first. If this abstract does not relate to what you want to find information on, this is where you go back out and you look for another source. Now, I'm going to stick with this one just because I want to show you a couple of things. Okay, in here, the left-hand side, okay, again, this one is a PDF text, which makes my life easier, but sometimes it's an HTML text. If it's HTML, that means it's a website, and you'll see it actually farther down here. But this one is an actual article. So I'm going to click on the PDF of the article real quick, read a couple paragraphs, see if it's really what I want. Okay. And this article is 22 pages long. For me, that's okay, but maybe for you that might be a little long. Remember that you want to look for sources that are at least 10 pages long so you have enough information to write your paper. Okay, if you find one that's 8 that you love, go for it. If you find one that's 15 that you love, go for it. Okay, but you know how much time you have and you know how much information you need to write this paper. It's better to have more information than less. So here, it's 22 pages. Now let's say I like this article. This is where I will download it. This is where I can print it. Okay. I can even add it to my Google Drive, which is nice. Okay. As I go down, let me look in the document real quick to show you something else. All right. Here is the page number of this document. So let's say I was quoting I was going to use a direct quote from this page. This 143 is going to be in your in-text citation, not page 1. All right, so make sure you take note of that. Now this paper has a whole bunch of languages on it, and then here is the actual article down here. All right, so make sure you look through it. And also, even though they say they're 22 pages long, you will notice with academic articles, the last couple of pages are going to be all their resources. So double check that as well if you're concerned about length. Now over here on the right hand side, you can print from here as well. And this is the email button. And you will see this pop up. It defaults at MLA, which is great because this is where we want it to be. And then in here, this is where you will enter your email address and you can send it just like that. Okay, so this is going to be your big time saver. I will send this and then pull up my email so that you can see what it looks like. And let's go back out. And then I can continue my search. So as you start going through, you will start getting more and more sources. Now remember, you only need 3 academic sources from this database. Okay. Now if you're finding, even starting your research, you're thinking, I don't really know where to start. There are these references in here that can be very useful. And the 2 that I like the best are the CQ Researcher and this one, Credo Reference. Now these are like digital encyclopedias, but they're kind of a good place to start if you really don't know anything about your topic that will give you some background information. So here I went into CQ Researcher. I'm going to go with this first one, Human Trafficking and Slavery. And then if I go down, it gives me an overview. It gives me locations for where the sex trafficking is happening. And it gives you just some nice background information on your topic that might give you some more ideas about, okay, what else should I search to find what I'm looking for? So all this information here is related to this topic. So that is also an option for you. Okay, so lastly, I can hear that my email came in. Here's my email from EBSCO. I open it up, and right here is your bibliography line that you are going to copy and paste directly into your annotated bibliography. Okay, so don't forget to email the sources to yourself, and don't forget that this has already done the work for you. Okay, I hope that this will help you. Again, to get to the library, you're going to go to www.grossmont.edu, hover over Student Services, Library, and then Advanced Search. All right, good luck to you, and I hope research will be a little bit easier with all of these hints.